Okay, so we defeated, or we managed to get all the minigames out of the way. So now it's time for extra game. So if you don't have this option, you need to beat the game 100%. In order to unlock extra game, you need to get 100%, which in order to do that, you basically need to beat every level, and you also need to find every switch in the main game. But yeah, we got it, so let's go ahead and let's go ahead and play extra game. And yeah, we're just gonna skip this. So the first thing you're gonna notice is that, as you can see, we now have 3 health. And yeah, this is basically there are two main there are two key differences between the normal game and the extra game. And oh my god, that was close. The first one is that we now have half health, which, you know, kind of sucks, but at the same time, no big deal. The second, I don't know why I'm going for UFO. Just to have an easy time, I guess. But yeah, the one difference is that UFO, or not UFO, extra game, you basically have half health. But also, unlike the normal mode, in extra game, you cannot save. So yeah, you basically need... So yeah, basically this is just a harder version of the main game that you have to beat in one session. Now, another difference about extra game is that if we go to the mini games, we're going to see that Crane Fever, as you can see in the bottom, it has 3 stars. And basically, yep, we are playing the hard difficulties of these stupid mini games. So yeah, which essentially makes getting 1-ups more difficult. So yeah, you basically need to get good if you want to have an easy time with this game. Now, thankfully and gracefully, if you get a game over in this game, or if you get a game over on extra game, you will not go back to the title screen. You're basically going to... It's basically the same punishment as the main game, where you basically lose two... You basically lose half of your points, and you go back to the previous level you were playing. Also, yeah, seizure warning. I'm probably gonna put that at the beginning of the playthrough, like every time I get the crash ability, avert your eyes, people. Otherwise, you're gonna have a seizure. I mean, that being said, what's worse, that or Mother Brain in Metroid 1? Actually, I think Mother Brain might be worse because the flashing light because it's a white flashing light instead of a more orange-esque light. But yeah, that's basically what it is. So yeah, extra game is basically a much harder version of the game. So yeah, there's really nothing else to talk about. Now, thankfully, unlike Nightmare in Dreamland, which you actually need to do this, you do not it is not required to get 100% in the game. So you can basically skip any switch that you like. So yeah, the secret switches are not required in order to get the achievement. So honestly, thank God, because otherwise I would have went mental. I would have went mad with anger. Frog! Ow. Also, I'm pretty sure, or this may be completely wrong, but I could swear there's actually less healing items. Or I'm probably just talking on my ass, but I don't know, it just feels that way for some reason. But yeah, if you take damage, try to get healing items ASAP, and yeah, this is basically going to be a very quick playthrough. And yeah, I would estimate it's going to take me probably less than 4 hours. Or, no, 4 hours, no. Maybe 2 hours, hour and a half. I don't know. Wow! Yeah, I keep forgetting that even you can destroy the items or the star, which is really stupid. But yeah, in terms of abilities, I would recommend you get either Fireball or AoE abilities like Freeze and Spark, just because with the more aggressive enemies, trying to rely on a unique direction attack, it can be kind of difficult to get rid of certain enemies. Now, that being said, I don't think that... Yeah, the projectiles are not going to save you. Or it's not going to save you against projectiles, but, you know. At least there's some advantage you can have in some regard. And yeah, if you can, try to get as many 1-ups as you can. Now, that being said... I am not getting the 1-up secret in 7.5 because, yeah, screw that noise. It's just 5 1-ups, and honestly, it's the end of the game, so it's really not. It's really not that. It really doesn't matter at that point. Now, thankfully, unlike Dreamland 1, the nose is not a hit point. So yeah. So, Damageless Wispy Woods is more easy than the one in Dreamland 1, which is kind of honestly really funny, the fact that that's the case. But yeah, besides that, if you didn't get the 500,000, if you didn't get the 500,000 points, this is another way you can actually get it without needing to, you know, play through the main game again. I'm actually curious. I'm actually curious if I'm ever going to if I'm actually going to reach 50,000 points or 500,000 points. Let's see. Let's see if we can actually reach it, if it's possible, of course. Well, not like that. I'm probably gonna die before I actually make it there. Oh, I should have grabbed Tornado. Yeah, let's grab Tornado. This Tornado's actually goated. Unless, of course, my iframes go away the moment I'm, like, next to an enemy. Also, I do like that Kirby gets a bit of an orange tan when he gets an ability. Instead of being just pink. I just realized that. That's actually kind of a interesting change. Yes, I get it. I'm at 1 HP. But yeah, in Nightmare and Dreamland, you actually need to get well, that's bullshit. But yeah, in Nightmare and Dreamland, you actually need to beat Extra Mode 100% in order to unlock the Meta Nightmare mode. And yeah, the reason as to why is because in Nightmare and Dreamland, Extra Mode is basically treated the same way as the extra game from Return to Dreamland, where it's basically the main game, but you have less health and that's it. And it's not something like Return to Dreamland where you actually fight tougher versions of the mid-bosses and the bosses. So yeah, it's basically the same game, but you have less health. That's the only difference, which I will admit, it's pretty disappointing. And even though I will admit that the extra game from Return to Dreamland is a vast improvement over every other extra game we've had throughout the years, or throughout the games, I will say that Return to Dreamland's extra game is probably my least favorite of the modern Kirby New Game Pluses, because you're basically playing the game again, with the only difference being that the mid bosses and boss are harder. But besides that, the energy spheres are in the same place. The energy spheres are in the same place as the main game. The dimensional rifts areas are basically the same. And yeah, it's basically the same game, or the same structure of the game when it comes to the level design and collectibles and all that other jazz. Oh, it didn't die. Wow. Oh my god, so scary. Oh. But yeah, I will say that the best iteration of New Game Plus in the Kirby games is definitely Meta Nightmare Ultra, and the Meta Nightmare Ultra, DDD Detour, or DDD Tour, and Meta Nightmare Returns. Those are, in my opinion, the definitive New Game Plus experiences in the Kirby games, because with those three modes that I mentioned, you're not just beating the game again, but you're also doing it in a form of a speed run, because you get rated how much it took you every time you actually, you know, beat a world. So there's that. Oh, that was stupid. But yeah, when it comes to beating extra mode, what are my tips? Basically, if you can, ignore everything, and if you're struggling for lives, and if you see a life in the open, try to get it, because that's gonna keep you surviving for long, you know. But you know, not that it matters, since getting a game over does not take you back to the title screen. So at least there's that. At least the game is that generous in some regard. Also, I'm gonna get rid of laser just because I don't. As means of attack, it's really not that good. It's probably the worst attacking ability. Actually, no, wheel does take that cake. Because yeah, attacking primarily with wheel is very awkward. Also, what was in here? I forgot. Healing? Okay, that's fine. I don't want to risk it too much, so... Also, yeah, I really don't like that rev up you have with wheel. That's only a thing in this game, because yeah, in other Kirby games, you just go. Burning also has this problem. Although it's not as bad as wheel, because at least with burning you go instantaneously. Oh well. Whee. Yeah, be careful when you what blocks you destroy, because nice. Also, I got a pointless tomato. Oh, wow! Thanks for that, game. Because yeah, because of the enemy respawn, which is basically almost the same as Mega Man. Yeah, it can get pretty annoying. Also, just like the boss rush, if you still don't have the damageless achievements for the bosses, you can get them here. You can get them in extra game. So for example, if you did the ball, if you did the ball achievement for Krakow, but you didn't get the damages achievement, you can get it here. Or vice versa. But because I did, we're just gonna go. Because yeah, one of the things I like to do when it comes to, at least for this series, is that I want to try to have everything done, as much as I can, done in one playthrough before I move on to like a second playthrough, which you can very clearly see that mentality with Metroid Prime, since with Metroid Prime, I basically got every achievement. Oh, that was stupid. I basically got every achievement in Metroid Prime. Wow, what is a hitbox? I basically got every achievement in Metroid Prime with the exception of the hard mode bosses and the... Wait, let me get burn. Or fireball. And yes, I'm gonna keep calling it burning because that's how it is in other games. Leave me alone. Now, one advantage I would give, if there's a switch that's very easy to get, is the fact that switches actually heal you. When you get a switch. When you get a switch, they actually heal you, so yeah, if you're at 1 HP and there's a switch nearby, I would recommend you get it, because, you know, you don't die. Well, to be fair, if you die, you get sent back to the beginning of the room you died at. Oh my god, the input lag is amazing! Holy mackerel! Holy mackerel! Holy macaroni! Oh my god, I hate this. Really? Okay. What the heck was that hitbox? Let me get sword. I was in here? Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother you. Wheel does make this section easier, as I did show in the playthrough. But yeah, you can just ignore it. You can still make it no problem. Unless there's a guy that comes out of nowhere. Yeah, that's actually another thing you gotta keep in mind, is that enemies coming out of freaking nowhere. I'm surprised I didn't get hit there, wow. Bugsy! Yeah, I learned from last time. You go twice. All right. Thank you, game. So yeah, I completely forgot you can do that. That's amazing. Or I never thought of the fact that. Oh wait. I never thought that you could actually go. Well, I forgot you can actually go to the top. To the top area. I will say right now, playing this game again, I have to admit that at first, if you remember at the beginning of the playthrough, I did say that I don't think that fondly of this game, mainly because of the fact that this game suffers from a lot of annoyances from the NES era. Not in the case of, you know, the popular one, that being NES Jang, at least not as much as other games I know that I've played. But I will say that overall, the overall experience is honestly very enjoyable, to the point that I'm going to admit fully, with this mastery, I'm actually starting to enjoy the game more. Which is a very rare case, but that being said, playing this particular version after... Ow. Playing this particular version after playing a lot of times the 3DS, the 3D Classics port on 3DS, yeah, like, all of the bad things come back here. Because, yeah, like I said before, the 3DS version fixes basically almost everything that I had problems when it came to the original, the NES version. You give me ice, right? No, freeze. That's even better, actually. If the thing actually if the input actually read. All right, I forgot. Nah, that's okay. That's easy. Unless I don't grab the star. Okay, cool. Whoa. Hammer time! Alright. Alright, let me see. How long can I keep hammer? I'm actually very interested in how long I can keep the goated ability. Because, yeah, I will say that the air attack of hammer is not as fast as, it's not like the screw attack from, Metroid, which, you know, it also you can also, you know, kind of get it with the Star Rod. Because as you see, because I was not spinning a lot, I suffer the consequences. But yeah, I will say that Hammer has been my favorite ability ever since Return to Dreamland. Now that being said, I will say that in Superstar is also good. However, it feels very weird playing a game playing with Hammer that doesn't have the down attack. Because that down attack does give you invincibility frames. And it's basically my go-to attack, especially on particular bosses like Sectonia's Phase 3 in Trouble Deluxe, as well as other bosses. No! I told you, I'm gonna keep Hammer as much as I can, damn it. Because Hammer is goated. Unless, of course, you know, I die. Oh! Nice. Well, there you go. It lasted not even one stage. That is incredible. It didn't last not even one stage. That is amazing. Holy crap. So stupid. Also, yeah, I believe level 3 is the point where we're gonna start. Every world is gonna start with 6 levels. Also, let me see real quick. If he throws a fireball... No, you cannot. Okay. Yeah, because I've heard you can actually grab it, but yeah, that's not the case. Maybe that's a Return to Dreamland. Or Nightmare in Dreamland, I mean. Wow. Yeah, I would have gotten it, but no, I didn't. Wow, I died to Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. Well, that sucks. Oh my god. If the star didn't got me, I would have killed Mr. Bright. Really? Oh my god, that's so stupid. Imagine I'm doing the damages achievement. Oh my god, that would have sucked. Whatever. Thankfully we do get healed, so that's the silver. There's a silver lining at least. All right, you're not killing me again, you stupid spark. I'm pretty sure that is actually a spark that killed me. You know, when trying to jump in the... Oh my god. So yeah, like I mentioned before, if I'm playing this game, I'm specifically playing the 3DS version. And let's get the Switch. Why not? Let's get healed and also unlock a worthless minigame. Oh yeah, I forgot. So yeah, the tornado guys are invincible if you when they're spinning. All right, 30 minutes in, and we finished the first level of World 4. So yeah, this is gonna take me, at the very least, I would estimate it's gonna take me an hour and a half, at the very least. Or at minimum, maybe. Because, yeah, besides maybe some levels that can be kind of annoying, in terms of the bosses, Meta Knight might be scary if I greed. If I do get greedy. Dedede might be annoying, actually. And Nightmare, Nightmare's not gonna be that bad. Really? Oh my god. Screw you too, buddy. You know what? Let's get the Switch. Or something better, actually. Nice. So yeah, in terms of what level is going to be annoying, I honestly don't know because... You know, when people ask me, like, can you describe level 7-3 from Adventure? And they're like, you got me, buddy. Oh, well. Why didn't you eat the thing? Oh, my God. Nice. Give me you. Really? 1 HP? Oh my god. Yeah, I should have stayed with Crash or Spark. Whatever. Oh, the airship area. You give me a 1-up, don't you? Let's find out. Yes, you do. Nice. Okay, that was worth it. Look at this level that we can skip. Actually, you know what? Let me just showcase it, I guess. But yeah, it's really nothing that spectacular. It's basically an airship type of level. We do have some yeah, as you can see, we do have some stuff we can get. Or we do have some side rooms. But yeah, it's nothing that special. Although, to be fair, I can say they're better than the airships from Mario 3. So there you go. Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest. I really don't like the airships from Mario 3. I was about to say Mario. How American. I mean, I like Mario 3, but it's way too overrated. By both fans and Nintendo. Because Nintendo keeps using the Mario 3 card on basically every new game when Mario World is objectively better. Although, now that I say that, man, I haven't played World in so long. I don't even remember the last time I played World. From beginning to end. You know, that might actually be my next, RetroAchievements Master... Oh my god, of course I get sleep. That's amazing. Honestly, that's the best possible That is the best possible outcome. Getting sleep getting sleep in a in the mixed roulettes. Oh my god, that's amazing. And yeah, you can actually get, the mix will actually give you the roulette has every ability in the game. And this includes this applies to every Kirby game. I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen. I forgot who we're fighting. Is it the turtle? Oh, yes. And I walked right into it. Wow. Oh, thank God. Alright, I am gonna get throw because it's gonna be useful in this next area. Well, useful in terms that it's gonna make traversing this area or this section faster, which I believe is the end of the level, yeah. Yeah, let's get rid of it. Alright. Oh, the switch for 3 gives you the museum. I just realized that. Oh god, I thought that was an enemy. I mean, he kinda is, but... Oh, you ruined it. Wow. Actually, I'm gonna get freeze because Sparks is not consistent with the AoE. Also, this is a pointless room. I mean, a part of me wants to use stone just because of the iframes, but yeah, nah. Oh shit. I'm dead. Yep. The moment I stood in place, I knew I was dead. Ah, screw it. Let's just use normal Kirby. Because, yeah, the Meta Knights is much easier when you're using Kirby without copy abilities. See? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Wow. Thank you, buddy. Oh my god! Man, that's my favorite type of enemy. Enemies coming out of nowhere. Man, I swear to God, these Bronto birds have been incredibly annoying in this and Dreamland 1. Oh! Ow. You know, at the very least, the Gordos don't do double damage, as they did in Dreamland 1. Now, I believe Gordos actually, in general, do more damage than regular enemies, but when it comes to games with hit points instead of an HP bar, like basically every game... basically every game since Squeak Squad, I want to say? Because, yeah, I think Amazing Mirror is the last traditional Kirby game that has a hit point system. But yeah, besides that, oh my god, why didn't you fire the puff of water? Okay, you saw the overlay. I was pressing the button. I don't care what anyone says. Oh my god. Freaking input delays. I love it. Thank you, game. You know what? Even turbo doesn't work. Oh my god. My life sucks. Please be a heal, thank god. Only one? I thought it was two. You tricked me. Oh my god, this lag is unbearable. Oh crap. Oh, what happened? What happened to the fourth note? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, let me get the switch to get healed. No. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Well, there you go. Wasted one up. Thanks, buddy. Okay, now for Krakow. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with some bullshit achievement with Krakow's stupid-ass AI. And once you get to the second to last cloud layer, he's gonna go immediately up. And if he touches you, he's not gonna do damage. So, yeah, I forgot to mention that. Because it did happen, I believe, when I was doing the ball achievement. And... oh my god, really? Die! Yes, Kirby, please take your time. Why are OnlyFans people reposting my stuff from my Instagram? What the hell is wrong with you people? Ugh. Man, you gotta love it. You gotta freaking love it. Oh my god, that's an evil umbrella. It's the Umbrella Corporation. Oh no. Don't hate me. Thank you. So no, even better. Oh yeah, here's a switch. Or the switch is in this room. However, I do not care for the switch. I do care about my health, though. And, yeah, this game is being a bitch. Because freaking input delays. Or the game not registering my inputs. Which I think that's worse than input delay. Because at the very least, when you press the button, you actually end up doing something. Here, though, you press the button and nothing happens. Sad face. Oh, alright. How are we doing on time, by the way? 45 minutes. No, I'm not doing this sub-hour. There's no way. Because I did take some detours to get, you know, secret stuff, but... yeah. Nut. Yeah, because those sparks, those individual sparks are the ones that deal damage. So, yeah, that's why spark is not a very reliable AoE attack. That's why I do prefer thanks, buddy. That's why I do prefer freezing. Bunkers! Oh! Wow, if I didn't move, I was gonna die. Oh my god, that was awesome. What are those enemies? I don't think I've ever actually seen them again. Not to mention, I don't actually know their official name. Yeah, I do know the names of most of Kirby enemies, mainly because of the keychains from Triple Deluxe, because they do give you names. But overall, yeah, the more obscure enemies, like the one-off enemies, sometimes I don't remember them. Like for example, this guy's called Starman. The cannons are Shot Sows. Of course, we have Waddle Dee and Waddle Doo. Yeah, these guys, I don't know their name. We also have Wheelies, we have Bunkers, we have Sparks. No, we have, no. I was gonna say Biospark, but no, Biospark is the floating, wisp from, Superstar. I think they're called Sparkies, but I don't remember. Yeah, then we got Poppy Brother Jr. This is Blade Knight. This is Burning Leo. Oh! The enemies that give you Fireball, I don't know their name. Of course, we got Scarface. We got... oh my god, this lag is unbearable. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't remember the name of that enemy. I think it's called Sparky, but I might be completely wrong. Oh, the laser balls. Yeah, I also don't know the name of these things. Oh, well. Oh, the rocks are called Rocky. Yes, I'm actually serious. But yeah, there's other enemies that actually I would wrap. Oh my god. Wow. That was incredible. That was amazing. I mean, yeah, it is possible to get there without using Parasol, but it's much recommendable to use Parasol. Oh yeah, this room. Yeah, with burning, you can very easily go through here. Oh! Wow. And I'm pretty sure if I didn't have burning, I would have died if I just went normally. Yeah, like I said, it's the Meta Knights are easier to fight normally. Because they actually do take more hits with copy abilities. Actually, I believe this. I did mention this, that using copy abilities on enemy on specifically on mid bosses and bosses deals less damage to them. Alright, so I'm not gonna get the Switch because it's not worth it. Even though the Switch unlocks the Bonkers arena. I know that because I believe the next level requires us Hammer for the Switch. Ow. Thanks, buddy. Okay. Yeah, 52 minutes. Yeah, there's no way we're doing sub-hour. Especially considering we're missing 2 worlds after this. We're not even done with this world. Okay, so here's the Switch, and I believe this is the high jump combo. Oh yeah, yes it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't care. No, there's nothing there. I know that. Tomato. The Tom of Aiders. I don't know. Here we got the Fire Leon. Oh, what? Wow. Really? Get down, stupid cat. Thank you, game. Now, you may think that laser is going to be useful here, but yeah, you can just run past all these guys. See? And we get burned again anyway, wow. But yeah, if I keep this up, this is definitely going to be a sub 2 hour. Maybe a sub hour and a half, but again, I don't know. Oh, okay, no, this is the level I was thinking of. Ooh, that Maximum Tomato looked tempting. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Wow, I want to say that's the fastest I've ever done that stage. That's amazing. All right. Now for Heavy Mole. And for this, I'm just gonna use Hammer. Well, if I can get the guy. There we go. I don't know if it's true, but I believe Hammer does the same amount of damage as if you were spitting a star back at something. But I might be completely wrong on that assumption. Well, thank God I'm not doing all the switches. Man, those frogs, man, they're so annoying. Ah! Oh, wow. Yeah, I would say that in terms of traversal, burning is definitely the one that gives you the more results. Especially considering that, you know, with wheel you cannot go underwater, and also you cannot what's the word? You also can't oh my God. Hey, buddy. You also can't, what's the word? I lost my train of thought. Crap. Yeah. Well, fuck you too, asshole. Of course. Wow! Only I can pull that stuff. Amazing. Oh! How did I... Whatever.
¿Cuántos likes te comes tú?
Okay. Oh, what the? Oh my god, why is my chicken stuck? Okay. Frog. Ah, screw it. I don't think you can get the 3 1-ups with sword. I think you need... I want to say you need spark. So yeah, I'm not gonna even bother. Wait, can I even... No, it's too high. Oh my god, what the heck is this lag? Also, yeah, I'm not gonna get that 1-up. I am gonna get the switch though. Just to get healed. And of course, there's a freaking heal there. Oh my god, really? Whoa. Actually, let's get Parasol to finally show the freaking, this. Yeah. So yeah, we can finally show that with Parasol, you can block air attacks. Mainly the nuts, because I'm pretty sure other enemies are just gonna bypass through it, and they'll just do damage. I mean, at least from experience. Oh, so I just realized, yeah, we're past the... We're almost at a... 700,000 points, so... Yeah, getting the 500,000 points is really easy. And yeah, you're most definitely getting it if you're playing extra game. And you know, there is no the achievement doesn't specify that you need to get it on normal mode, so at least there's that. Oh my god. Stupid. Whoa. Tomato. Tom the tomato. Yeah, because I believe I got the achievement when I reached this point. Or either this or the previous level. I actually don't remember. But I think I got it, oh yeah, I got it in this room. Yeah, because I wanted to get the stupid, the stupid cannon. I am gonna get this 1-up, though. Alright. Actually, since I got fire, does using fire actually melt the ice in the, in this next level? I actually don't know. Let me see. Let me check. Never fucking mind. Because oh my god. You know what? Fuck this. Wait, is this the one... Is this the room with the... That's the worst mix that I could have gotten. What the hell? Man, that's a lot of UFOs. Holy crap. Screw you too, game. Yeah, like I was saying, is this the level with the stupid area with the Bronto birds and the ice and the stuff? You know what? Let's take the bottom path. Oh my god, we got 2 twerkers. Ow. Okay. Alright, we got an underwater area. So that's cool. Frog! Die! Oh, and that's it. Okay. Yeah. Oh! Wow. Yeah, get out of the edges because yeah, these guys, well, except the ones in the middle, they actually do come out from the side, so yeah, be careful. Yeah, like that guy. Or I guess it's selective now. Okay, cool. Yeah, because that guy just spawned in. I guess it's not all the time, but most of the time. At least for the mace and the axe knights. Alright, Metaka Knights, let's go. And yeah, we're gonna do the damageless strat. What the hell was that? Oh well. Yeah, sometimes sometimes you can actually parry Meta Knight's attacks, but it is so unreliable. Wow. That was very impressive. I got him like what, 6 times? Without going into the air? You know what? There you go. Hello, buddy. There you go. So, it turns out that in the end, you can still brute force it. Alright. Rainbow Wrist Sword. Oh, and you actually lose the sword. Oh, so maybe in Boss Rush, you actually keep the hammer from Heavy Mole. At the end of the day. Yeah, because I'm still, you know, Kirby. Or normal. Or without an ability. Oh yeah, this level. Oh my god, whatever. Don't make me go there and kill you. Ah, he's chasing me! Nice. Oh god. Run away. Okay. We are doing good. Yeah, hour 12. So yeah, if I go relatively fast, we can actually do this. Alright, I'm gonna do something very stupid. I'm gonna do the hard run. The reason being is because you fight less bosses with the hard run. But also, yeah, it's gonna be very risky. Especially since you don't get healing items. And you need to fight this thing. Oh, Jesus. Dude. That speed looks as ridiculous as the extra game from Dreamland 1. Ow. Alright, now we got the Fire Leon. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, these guys are basically have extra game speed, which is kind of dumb. But there we go. Not too difficult. All things considered. Yeah, I will say that, the Red Turtle and Bugsy are the most difficult one. Although, the Red Turtle is definitely the hardest one, just because of how insanely fast it moves. No, get the tomato. Also, yeah, did I skip the level with the ice platforms and the Bronto birds? Because I feel that's from the upper path from the previous level. I guess we're gonna find out. And oh my god, a white door. It's been forever. Is this the... Oh, this. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is the... Yeah, this stupid-ass room. Speak of the devil. Speak of the freaking devil. Yeah, this stupid-ass room. Yeah, I've seen a lot of comments in the... I've seen a lot of comments in this for the Achievement of Extra game that they're stuck on this room, on that room. But yeah, if you take your time, it's really not that bad. Although I say that and I did get hit at the beginning, but technicalities. Ugh. And wow, I'm on a roll with the number ones. Hey. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, this is the multicolor room. Or the multicolor room level. Oh my god. I'm getting poked by chickens. I'm getting destroyed by chickens. Also balls. Alright. Oh, what the? They attack? Or they throw stuff at you? I did not even know that. Wow, look at that. I learned something new today. See? That wasn't so bad. And wow, 3 in a row. Amazing. Yeah, we're not gonna go... Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it sub 130. That's okay. That is totally fine by me, if I'm being completely honest. Oh, how could you? No. I want to crash. I want my item crash, damn it. Oh, man. And wow, that's a one-shot. Nice. Alright, I am not getting wheelie because it is completely worthless in this room. Actually, burning is gonna be good, though. Never mind. Oh my god, okay. You see, this level is why I'm thankful that there's no... Oh my god, I'm alive! I don't believe it! And he just went up screen. Cool. Oh! Wow. By the power of upwards draft, I actually was able to get it. Nice. So yeah, well, you were... The idea for this fuse is that you need to basically, like, do, like, this. You basically need to, like... You basically need to, like, climb with a fireball like that. And you basically need to pull that a couple times and then get in the cannon, but... Yeah, it is incredibly... It is very precise to the point that I just recommend to do what I did and just use Crash. And wow, 4 times in a row. 4 ones in a row. That's amazing. Alright, final level. Let's kill the chickens. Ow. You know, I'm surprised we didn't do the tree climbing section. Oh well. Also, yeah, I'm just coming to realize we're fighting enemies that don't give you abilities. Also, yeah, 19 lives. I am way... I think I'm a bit over-prepared. But then I'm probably gonna... Don't worry, I'll find a way to screw it up. To have horrible, miserable deaths. Because I always find a way. You can bet your sweet butt that is gonna be the case. Also, where those 4 blocks are, there's no secret there, so, yeah. Right into the cannon. Good job, John. Yeah, I'm not gonna go back for it. Especially since this is the last room. And because I'm low on health, I am gonna get the switch. Or the button. Double tone. The moon haunts you. Actually, looking at the time, yeah, we might actually do sub 120 if I do DDD perfectly. And you know, speaking of DDD perfectly, I'm gonna go get my hammer. I'm gonna go get a hammer. Alright. Here we go. Nice. Nice. Oh my god, what is that bullshit? Okay. And yeah, the reason I'm getting the hammer is because it takes forever if not. Especially with the float move. Thank you, Kirby. Oh. Well, that's bullshit. Alright, you know what? Screw it. Let's just do this. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, if I do without abilities, it's gonna take for freaking ever. So yeah, this is why I go for hammer. Oh my god. Well, here we go. Damageless achievement, let's go. There we go. See? It's all easier when I have 1 HP. Alright. I avoided that. Wow. That's amazing. Boom. Oh, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. All right. Hey, 1 million points. Let's go. Oh, I missed. Oh, nice. I don't know why I'm saying nice, because I already got the damage achievement. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. We failed. And now I'm gonna freaking die. Alright, there we go. And there it is. My headset just fell off. Oh, God. And there it is. Star Warrior and time. Kirby's Adventure, 7 hours and 17 minutes. Well, it's 26, but whatever. It's almost close. Oh, man. And actually, you know what? Oh, you ruined it. I ruined it. Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to leave that 17. So, yeah, 7, 17, 17. Let's make it very fitting. All right, there we go. That's it. So yeah, 7 hours. I thought for sure it was going to be 8, mainly because of the crane achievements. But yeah, there we go. That is it for Kirby's Adventure Retro Achievements. So yeah, like I said many times, I do enjoy this game, but I'm not playing the original if I'm going back to the original Kirby's Adventure. I'm playing the 3DS version. Alright. But with that, let's review whilst we go with the credits. So, when it comes to quality, I will admit that I do like the different challenges besides the damageless boss achievements. I mean, we also have the secret achievements, like getting the UFO power-up in 1-1, getting the HAL room in 1-2. Also the level challenges from mainly from the last world, but also 4-4 with the wheelie. But besides that, it's kind of weird to me that there's only one flawless, there's only one damageless achievement when it comes to the arena sections of the game, which is the wheelie in a butter building. And it's actually kind of weird that that's the case, because if I remember correctly, in Nightmare in Dreamland, there's an achievement for beating all arenas, not damageless, but in one session. So it's like, why isn't it like that? Or at the very least, why you didn't do, like, you know, keep with the trend and make them damageless and without using copy abilities? I don't understand why they didn't include more of them. But also, my biggest critique is the fact that Nightmare has, in order to be, the Nightmare Damages achievement has two, both phases are in one, which is very annoying, especially considering that, you know, if you fail on phase 2, you have to redo. You not only have to redo the first phase, but you also need to defeat DDD. And speaking of which, in Nightmare in Dreamland, we have defeat Nightmare first form without taking damage, and defeat Nightmare with only 6 hits in extra mode. And by 6 hits, it means by using the Star Rod 6 times. So, and yeah, that one is all about timing, but the point is that they're actually separate, meaning that you can just get them without needing to redo phase 1 and DDD. So, there's that. But yeah, overall, in terms of quality, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna be generous and I'm gonna give it an 8 because despite the fact that I really hate one of the minigame achievements, at the very least we have achievements related to the bonus to the minigames. So at least they're not like sidelined like other sub games in other games, you know. Now, as for the difficulty, I'm giving this an 8 as well. I will say that there are a lot of achievements that are not that bad. I mean, I will say right now that most damageless achievements are really not that hard. I mean, Wispy is really easy. Paint Roller is really easy unless you don't greet it after he reaches half health. Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright can be annoying, but they're doable. Krakow is really easy. Heavy Mole is... I would say Heavy Mole is the first hard game. I would say from Heavy Mole to Nightmare, or I would say Heavy Mole is the first boss where it gets difficult. So yeah, Heavy Mole, Meta Knight, DDD, and Nightmare, they can all be difficult. However, that being said, there's also the achievements overall are really not that hard. I mean, we get an achievement for getting one of each copy abilities, so they're really not... They're basically a nothing achievement to some extent. But you know, we also have the special achievements like getting the 1-up in 4-4, getting into the cannon in 7-5, doing the hard route of 7-2 in order to get the 1-ups, doing the normal path of 7-2 without taking damage and without using copy abilities. So yeah, I actually do like those challenges, but at the same time, there isn't enough in my opinion. And that being said, I will up the difficulty mainly because of the bonus games and the damageless achievement and the bonus achievements for Krakow and the damageless achievement for Nightmare. And yeah, I will say right now that one of the most annoying achievements is definitely reaching Krakow's highest cloud using only the ball ability, which is really stupid. And yeah, that's definitely gonna be contender for the hardest achievement. And as for fun, I will say that overall, the game as a whole is fun. However, if you... I mean, I don't wanna give it a bad score because, okay, let's pretend the remake and the 3DS port don't exist. If we're talking about specifically the NES and that being the only version, I will say that this game is still very enjoyable. However, with the various issues of having what's it called? Of having input delay, a stupid amount of lag, and inputs not reading, this game can honestly be very frustrating, especially when you try to do the damageless achievements. And you know, if you don't know how to do some of the more difficult challenges, like reaching the cannon in 7-5, if you're using burning instead of crash, or the crackle ball achievement. Yeah, I can understand that this can be very, very frustrating. However, that being said, all the complaints aside that I have with the game overall, I think the set is overall very enjoyable. And because of that, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Actually, no, never mind. I'm gonna give it a 7. I was gonna give it a 6. However, I was thinking mainly of the bonus games, mainly the mini games and the boss rush. And I will say right now that if you manage to master the damages achievements, the boss rush is really not that hard. I'm gonna be completely honest. The boss rush is really not that hard, especially since you can actually use copy abilities, except for Mike, because it actually bugs the achievement or breaks the achievement. But besides that, Egg Catcher, as long as you get the pattern, is incredibly easy. Quick Draw is impossible unless you cheat. And Crane Fever is straight up bullshit, straight up RNG bullshit. And yeah, that is definitely the most time you're going to spend when it comes to this game. Like, okay, so we got 7 hours, and we spent an hour and 20 minutes on the crane minigame. If that was reduced to 10 minutes, yeah, this would have been a 6-hour mastery. So, yeah, the fact that it took me... But yeah, the fact that we had to deal with a lot of RNG bullshit only for it to eventually, you know, give it to me. Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest. This is probably contender for one of the worst achievements I've ever gotten. And the fact that I got this this is the second time I'm getting this achievement is even worse. Oh man. Now as for the hardest achievement, I'm between. I was originally gonna go with free plushie. However, like I discussed while I was getting the Crane Fever achievement, I would not say I'm not considering this one as the hardest, but the most tedious one, and also the worst achievement in the game. Mainly because getting the timing on releasing the A button is not hard whatsoever. However, trying to having to deal with the fact that you don't know the chance of you getting the Kirby or not is predetermined. Basically comes to show that this is basically a do it again until you get it, and that is honestly one of the worst types of achievements in my opinion. Which, you know, because of achievements like this, I still need to master games like Wario Land 1, where I need to get a perfect score on the bomb shooting minigame on the hardest difficulty, and also get Incredibles Rise of the Underminer, which has by far one of the worst achievements I've ever tried to get, to the point that I've tried to get that achievement for almost 2 years. And yeah, I basically decided that as long as if they don't fix it, I might as well just ask someone online, like maybe a RetroAchievement YouTuber that would be willing to stick with my stupidity, but also, you know, if they're willing to actually, you know, add another mastery to their game wall. So that would be pretty cool. So yeah, if anyone wants, if Jonathan Win Gaming, Pajama John, or any other RetroAchievement YouTuber wants to master Incredibles Rise of the Underminer, call me up, hook me up. But yeah, like I said, free plushie is not hard, but it's just tedious. It's incredibly tedious, annoying, and just not a good time. And I would honestly and if I had a worst achievement, this would definitely be it. However, because of the amount of bullshit I had to deal with this stupid ass cloud I'm giving the hardest achievement for Cloud Climber, which is reaching Krako's highest cloud using only regular jumps and the ball ability. Now, I will say that overall, that achievement was not that bad because I did understand the how to get to the next layer without needing to deal with Contra Syndrome and just dying because, oops, I scrolled the screen too much, therefore I'm dead. And I'm actually glad that I managed to find that out. However, fucking Krako chasing me like a dog, chasing me like a cat, wanting to get fed is possibly one of the most idiotic things ever. And the fact that on my successful attempt, I managed to get Krako off screen most of the time comes to show that, yeah, you basically need to be very fast. But yeah, overall, yeah, that achievement is definitely contender for one of the the hardest and definitely one of the worst as well. And, you know, a part of me also wanted to go with Nightmare without taking damage. However, phase 1 is incredibly easy, and as long as you do not stay still, as long as you don't stay still in phase 2, phase 2 is really, the Nightmare overall is really easy. Although that being said, the most annoying thing about the Nightmare damages achievement is that if you fail, you need to fight Dedede again, which is very annoying. Also, speaking of Dedede, let me actually check something real quick. Also, yeah, once we get once we beat extra mode, we now get the perfect file, which is the Superstar. But yeah, I actually do want to see something real quick. Okay, no, we actually have to beat Dedede overall. But yeah, there we go. There we go, guys. That is it for Kirby's Adventure for the NES. And yeah, now that we're finally done with this game, I can finally move on. We can move on to the next Kirby game, which would be Kirby's Dream Land 2. However, should I do that game or Superstar next? No, I'm gonna do Dreamland 2 next. Especially considering that I haven't played that game in a very long time. So, not to mention that I've only beaten that game once, and that was in the when I beat it on the Kirby's Dream Collection on the Wii, which is the better collection than the fucking Mario All-Stars for the Wii, which is basically which I thought it was a new game, but it's just a port. It's basically the SNES game ported into a disc, which someone actually made the math, and it's like out of the entire memory of the disc, 90% of it is free space, which is insanely funny to actually learn that. So yeah, it's so stupid. But yeah, as for the next game, I mean, I already mentioned it, but yeah, the next game we're tackling is going to be GoldenEye 007 for the Nintendo 64. So yeah, we're actually tackling another N64 game, and the reason as to why I'm doing another N64 game back close to the previous one is because, I mean, says the guy who in the span of 10 masteries, he mastered half of them are PlayStation 1 games. So there you go. Also, you know, my first 10 Let's Plays when I was doing Let's Plays were all PlayStation 1 games, so yeah, there you go. But yeah, I want to when it comes to doing the same console, I don't want to try to repeat. I don't want to try to do the same console all the time because, you know, I do want to have some space. The only exception being, you know, if I have to cover other versions of games that I tackle on the PlayStation 1, like Resident Evil, for example. Not to mention that, I did mention this before, but when the 3DS gets RetroAchievement support, I'm doing an entire year dedicated to the 3DS, because the 3DS is one of my favorite consoles of all time, and I want to do that console justice. Which means that if I want to do the Mario and Luigi games, I need to master Superstar, Partners, and Bowser before that. So I really hope we don't get the announcement after the Wii games come out. Although I will admit, 3DS might be a bit tricky, especially with games that rely on gyro control, because I can do that normally. I can do that no problem on Citra, the standalone Citra, but I don't think it's possible with the Citra core in RetroArch. And, you know, it's going to be much more difficult considering that with the Yuzu debacle, not only Yuzu got wiped out from the face of the earth, but also Citra, which, yeah, that's a different kind of worms I'm not going to get into. But yeah, another reason as to why I'm going to do GoldenEye next is because it has, by far, one of the worst achievements I've ever gotten in my entire RetroAchievement experience. And, you know, I've been wanting to do this game for so long, and I feel that now is the time to actually get it. Not to mention that, you know, I feel that overall this game might actually take me longer than Mario 64 overall. Although, will it take me longer than Prime? I'm not sure on that. Oh, but then again, I don't know how long the game's gonna be, but yeah. And yeah, once we finish GoldenEye, I guess I should mention the next games. But yeah, after Kirby's Adventure, we're gonna do GoldenEye 007, Star Fox for the SNES, Lilo and Stitch Trouble in Paradise for the PlayStation 1, and then we're gonna celebrate our 25th mastery by doing Super Mario 64 Last Impact. And hopefully I can have all those games done between February and March, so that the next game would be an April Fool's video. Now that being said, depending how I do on time, depending how I do on the masteries and the videos, I might change the April Fool's video. I might move the April Fool's video to Lilo and Stitch. But one thing I'm gonna try to do this year as well is I'm gonna try my best to, alongside all the other games I want to do, I'm gonna try my best to master the remaining games that I did Let's Plays about. So this would include Monsters Inc., Lilo and Stitch, Donald Duck, Medieval, AVP Requiem, although that game doesn't have a set, so that game has an asterisk. New Super Mario Brothers, and Taz Wanted. Now, yes, we do have the Tomb Raider games, but the Tomb Raider games is a different kind of worms, because the Tomb Raider games were more walkthroughs than Let's Plays, and yes, there actually is a difference. And you know, I don't want to rush playing the Tomb Raider games, so there you go. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching this RetroAchievements Mastery playthrough of Kirby's Adventure. Thank you all so much for watching. Next time we meet, we're going to move on. We're going to return to the N64 and master GoldenEye. And yeah, that is going to be a huge pain in the ass. And you'll see why later. Or if you know, you know. But until then, thank you all for watching. My name is Jonathan Wolf, and I will see you all in my next Retro Achievement Mastery. Later, Retro Achievers, and take it easy.